Good morning, everyone. Hope you're doing well. In today's video, I'm going to explain a little bit DrawDown Limiter version 3.0, the different features that we have that are in addition of what we saw in version 1 and version 2. I'm going to go through really all the settings, explain a little bit how to configure the DrawDown Limiter, and from time to time explain to you how I'm using it on a daily basis, how I configure it, and the different stuff I'm doing on it. So before you continue, just please subscribe to our channel, like our video, and activate the bell so you receive the latest notification. Remain with us until the end of the video to explain to you how to get a free EA that will help you also protect your account from drawdown and especially from algo trading. Let's start. So to start with, just let you know, DrawDown Limiter is really an EA that will help you to control your drawdown. It's really recommended for you if you're passing an FTMO challenge or my Forex Fund challenge or any prop firm challenge. It's really compatible with all the prop firm rules. You can see a lot more details on the product description on mql5.com, and you have a couple of blogs that you can find the links in the product description about more detailed view how DrawDown Limiter can be configured, how it is basically FTMO and my Forex Fund compatible with the different rules that are there about the DrawDown Limiter and how we do the configuration inside DrawDown Limiter. And finally, for the traders who are using DrawDown Limiter in USA and they are NFA compliant, how they can benefit from DrawDown Limiter to respect the FIFO rule. So all the information are on MQL5. In this video, basically, I'm gonna jump to my MT5 version of DrawDown Limiter, and I'm gonna show you how it works. All right, I'm now on my MT5. Basically, I have DrawDown Limiter that is already launched. I'm in it drawdown, and I have losing trades. And basically, this is the purpose of this demo, to show you how DrawDown Limiter will act or how it will react. To start first, I'm going to start with the simple configuration of DrawDown Limiter, which is about configuring, let's say, the colors, the style, the placement, and so on. Inside DrawDown Limiter, by default, you will have a traffic bar, which is going to show you the different information about your drawdown. So your global account drawdown, I'm going to get back to that during the explanation. Your daily drawdown, it's going to track how much consecutive open position you have and how much trades you have in total in your range. This bar and this text can be customized, and basically they are customized through the inputs. If I go to the inputs and I go down till my advanced style and display settings, as a traffic light, basically you can put it top left, top right, and bottom left, bottom right. You can have it as horizontal or vertical. You can shift it a little bit from the borders if you want so. So we have the vertical shift and horizontal shift, and you have all the colors that are appearing here that you can change. You can even change the font, change the size, and so on. This will help you have DrawDown Limiter integrated into your charts based on your colors, your preferences, and so on. Personally, what I do when I'm using DrawDown Limiter, I don't put it on a chart with the bars. I go usually to properties and I'll set everything to none. So I have a really white page for DrawDown Limiter. I don't trade on the same chart where I have DrawDown Limiter, and I just minimize it to put it on my left side of the screen and have all, let's say, my pairs that I'm trading on the right. So basically, that's the way I do it. It's up to you to find the best way how you do it. Now we have talked about the display settings and how I personally use DrawDown Limiter. Let's talk about the other settings, about how to help us keep our drawdown under control, our overtrading is under control, and so on. So let me go to the settings and I'll explain it one by one. We're gonna start first with the range. Whenever you have a drawdown, you need to define the range of it. Basically, it's a daily drawdown, so by default, we're gonna use to reset the range on a daily open bar. However, if you have a specific, let's say, start time of your range, let's say, for example, I'm trading starting 8 a.m. and I need my range to be reset at 8 a.m. You can just go for the specific time, put the specific time here, specific minutes, and DrawDown Limiter will automatically calculate your 24 hours. At the end of this range, basically, all the counters are resetted and a new day will start. One thing you need to take into consideration is skip weekends. This is basically for people who is trading crypto. So during weekend, you need basically to have drawdown limiter also active to help you out with your drawdown control. So in this case, you can activate or deactivate this functionality based on your need. The next step is overall drawdown. Overall drawdown is really the account drawdown. Let me give you an example. I started an FTMO challenge with $100,000, and overall the rule in FTMO is not to lose more than 10%, let's say, of your account. So simply I'm gonna put here 100,000 and a 10% here. And what drawdown limiter basically gonna do, it's gonna calculate overall, let's say the equity I have here and compare it to this initial size and the maximum drawdown, and gonna take action based on that. Once I reach this 10%, it's too late, but at this stage, drawdown limiter can stop also my trading. This information will be shown in the first square here. It's a GDD percentage, so global drawdown percentage. And this percentage reflects really the current percentage of your drawdown. That means that here I'm approximately at 8.5% drawdown. So I'm gonna see here 8% drawdown from my initial account size. It's a little bit different calculation of the DDD. DDD is the daily drawdown percentage. I'm gonna talk about it just right now. So DDD is a daily drawdown. Basically, you can calculate it based on different parameters, even from the initial deposit. This is the case, for example, for FTMO. If they give you an account of 10K, all your daily drawdown are calculated based on that 10K. You can also choose to calculate based on your balance or your account equity, or the higher from both of them. This is my Forex Fund, for example, rule. So at the end of the range, drawdown limiter will get your balance or your equity or the higher one of those based on your configuration, and will be your reference during the day to calculate your daily drawdown. Or simply, let's say, if you just want to say I don't need to, let's say, to have more than $1,000 per day as drawdown, so it's a drawdown in money, you can just take the last option and put the amount in your initial deposit field. Let me keep it to this one. So my initial deposit is also $1,000. I need to respect a 5% drawdown per day. And the idea also is you have the swap and commission. You can include them or not. It depends on the rules that you are following. For FTMO, for example, my Forex Funds, I know for a fact that they calculate the swap and commission inside their drawdown. Now let me give you an example about how this drawdown is calculated and why we have here -5. All right, so let me give you an example how this square is calculated. I took a screenshot because as I have an active position, so it is moving up and down. So a screenshot just to give you an example how this works. So basically here I have a 10,000 starting balance. I have defined 5% drawdown. So I'm willing to risk $5,000 for a max drawdown daily. As you can see here, I have collected already zero profit. I didn't close any trade yet, and I have a running trade which I'm losing on it 82.66. So if I take this 82 from the 5,000 and I multiply by 100, it will give me a -1. So I already took, let's say, 1% of my $5,000 in this trade. All right, this is the way it's calculated. And the square here, you're gonna see just an entire number, so you don't see the decimals. It's not 1.66, let's say. However, in the calculation inside drawdown limiter, all the decimals are taken into consideration, and the decisions are took really on two decimals. Now we have talked about the daily drawdown and account drawdown. Let's talk about overtrading. Basically, you have two parameters. A parameter to limit the number of positions you take during the day or during your range, and a parameter to limit your concurrent open position. So I can open, for example, maximum 2 positions at a time. The idea here is to really limit the overtrading aspects. And based on those parameters, whenever, let's say, you try to open a third trade when you have already 2 open, automatically, as per the default configuration, when you're not using FIFO, the last trade will be closed. However, if you're activating FIFO, FIFO is really a NFA compliance rule. So FIFO stands for first in, first out. It will not be the last trade you open that will be closed. Basically, we're gonna search for the first trade that you have opened, so the oldest one, and we're gonna close this one. To have more details, I invite you really to go to the blog where I explain in details the FIFO rule, what is it about, and how DrawDown Limiter respect this rule with multiple examples, multiple configuration, and so on. It is really interesting. It's a 2-3 minutes reading time, but we'll have all the detail there. Back to our settings. Beyond overtrading, basically you have alerts when you're taking risky trades. Risky trades are trades without stop loss. So whenever you have a trade that is set without stop loss and this is activated, you're going to receive an alert or a notification telling you that you have now a trade that is running without a stop loss. You can also set a configuration to check the risk you're taking in a trade. So you can even don't check it, or simply you can tell, well, if I'm respecting 1% from my balance when setting a trade or not, from my equity, or simply if you want just to check in money, how much money I'm risking. Let's say I don't want to risk more than $50 per trade. So whenever I'm exceeding this limit, I'm also going to get an alert about putting a risky trade into my account. There's no action to close any risky trades because sometimes I know, based on my experience as a trader, I need to open instantly a position and I will set its, let's say, stop loss later, just not to miss, let's say, an opportunity or whatever. So DrawDown Limiter will never take an action based on those risk trades. Just gonna alert the user that you have risk trades based on your inputs, so they can get back to their screens and check what's happening. And the last section that we're gonna talk about is the action settings. Based on the drawdown, based on the overtrade rate and so on, you have a couple of actions that you can put in place. You can, for example, ask DrawDown to send you notification, really push notification on your phone. You can also, instead of waiting DrawDown Limiter frequency check to be done, basically it's configurable in this setting. So it's right here in milliseconds. 5,000 milliseconds, it's 5 seconds. So each 5 seconds, DrawDown Limiter will check what's happening on your account. If you set this one, so close extra trades on next tick, basically gonna take action to close extra trades beyond drawdown or beyond overtrading directly on next tick and not waiting 5 seconds to do it as per my configuration. You have always the FIFO rule that I just talked about. So go to the blog and get all the details there. And you have also the security zone part. Security zone is really the last 5 minutes or 1 minute of your range. And why this is essential to, let's say, to be true and to have it really configured, because let me take an example that I'm going to explain now. Let's say during a day you have done $10,000 as profit, all right, and your maximum drawdown is 5,000. So you're good because you have done profit. And during the day you have taken a couple of extra trades, and those trades gone against you. And now those floating extra trades, let's say, have $7,000 in loss. So in total in your day, you have 15,000 minus 7,000. So you're in 8,000 profit, you're good. However, whenever it comes to the end of the day, DrawDown Limiter, and not only DrawDown Limiter, FTMO and my Forex Funds will reset your counters and will check your floating profit. And they automatically gonna state that your floating profit is minus, let's say, 7,000. You are violating the daily drawdown, and automatically you are violating a rule and you are ruling your challenge. So the idea, in the last minute or the last 5 minutes of your range, DrawDown Limiter will check this floating profit. And if it is beyond your daily drawdown, it will close automatically those trades. So for the day, maybe you're gonna have a less profitable day. However, you're gonna start a new day with zero drawdown, and you're not gonna lose your challenge. And the last parameter, which is about the terminal, so you can, whenever drawdown reach or overtrading is reached, you can even keep that terminal running. Keep it running if you have running position, so you can manage those positions. Because if you close the trade, you close the terminal, you're no more able to manage them, or simply close the terminal. Personally, as a trader, I don't use this option. I keep my terminal running and I manage to not go back to my terminal once my drawdown reach. All right, it's up to you to use it or not use it. Personally, I don't use it. And to finish up, this is great if you are an EA trader, and if you are an EA developer, you can use DrawDown to complement your EA instead of creating a whole drawdown schema, let's say, to handle inside your EA. You can just let it communicate with DrawDown. DrawDown Limiter will create a global variable once the drawdown is reached or the overtrading limit is reached. All that you have to do is let your EA read this global variable, and if it is there, just stop trading. This is very good because if you're doing this, you're stopping the trade from the source. So your EA is not more sending any trades, instead of drawdown limiter just acting after your EA is sending trades to closing. And basically that's it. High level, what is drawdown limiter, the different settings that we have here. Hope you have already purchased the drawdown limiter. If not, please go ahead. It's really a very essential tool for you to pass your prop firm challenges, to protect your balance, and it's really cheap. You can find the links for MT4 and MT5 versions in the description below. And an additional thing, if you want another EA, which is a free EA that will disable and enable your algo trading automatically based on your drawdown, just get in touch with us. It's a free EA that we are giving for all who are purchasing drawdown limiter. So that's it for today, folks. Hope you liked the video, and I'm counting on you to subscribe to our channel, to like this video, to activate the bell, so we're gonna receive any new video from us and any new information that we are publishing on our channel. Thanks a lot.